My stepdaughter screamed, "You're just a walking wallet," when I refused to buy her a car. My fiancé smirked and said, "She's not wrong." I immediately canceled every supplementary card they owned. "Wallet lost," I announced. "Go find a job." And then, original post I, 46 male, honestly, should have seen this coming. Looking back, the signs were there for months, maybe years. But when you're in it, you rationalize. You make excuses. You tell yourself you're helping. My fiancée, 41, and I have been together for 4 years. Her daughter, 22, was 18 when we met. Nice kid at first, or so I thought. Polite enough, said thank you when I bought dinner. Normal stuff. We got engaged 2 years ago. I bought a house, nice 4-bedroom, in the suburbs. Good school district, even though her daughter was already in college. Put it in my name only because my financial advisor said to protect my assets, given it was a second marriage for both of us. My fiancé didn't work much, some part-time administrative stuff that brought in maybe $800 a month. Her daughter was at community college, supposedly. Here's where I screwed up. I wanted to be the good guy, the supportive stepdad-to-be. So I gave them both supplementary cards on my accounts, covered the mortgage, utilities, groceries, everything. Paid for the daughter's tuition and books. Even gave them monthly allowances, $1,500 for my fiancé, $800 for her daughter for expenses. Last Saturday changed everything. The daughter came home from hanging out with friends, burst into the living room where my fiancé and I were watching a movie. "I need a car," she announced. Not asked, announced. I paused the TV. What happened to the Honda? It's embarrassing. Everyone else has new cars. I need something decent. The Honda was a 2019 Civic I'd bought her last year. 30,000 miles on it. Ran perfectly fine. "The Honda is decent," I said. "It's barely 3 years old. It's used. Do you know how humiliating it is pulling up next to my friends in their Mercedes and Audis?" My fiancé chimed in. "Honey, she has a point. She's at that age where image matters." I looked at my fiancé. "She's 22? Image matters less than financial responsibility." The daughter's face went red. "Oh my God, why are you always like this? I ask for one thing. You ask for things constantly, and I provide. I'm just not buying you a brand new luxury car." That's when she screamed it. "You're just a walking wallet." I went very still. The room got quiet. My fiancé, instead of correcting her daughter, smirked. Actually smirked and said, "She's not wrong." They both laughed, like it was a joke we were all in on. I stood up, walked to my home office, and logged into my banking app. Took maybe 3 minutes to cancel both supplementary cards. Removed them as authorized users. Changed all the passwords. Came back to the living room. They were still laughing about something on their phones. "Wallet lost," I said calmly. "Go find a job." My fiancé looked up. "What?" "You heard me. I just canceled both your cards. The monthly allowances stopped today. You want money? Earn it." The daughter's jaw dropped. "You can't do that." "Just did. Check your wallets." My fiancé jumped up. "Are you serious right now? Over a joke?" Didn't sound like a joke. Sounded like exactly how you both see me. So congratulations, the wallet is closed. I went to bed in the guest room that night. Locked the door. Didn't sleep much. The next morning, I heard the daughter screaming about her card being declined at Starbucks. Then my fiancé's voice, shrill and angry, demanding I fix this right now. I didn't engage. Made coffee, sat in my office, started documenting everything for the inevitable legal mess ahead. Update 1. 5 days later, the entitlement has reached absolutely insane levels. Day 1 after canceling the cards, my fiancé tried every tactic. First came the tears and apologies. "We were just joking. You're so sensitive. Can't you take a little teasing?" I told her, "If that's how you see me after 4 years, we have nothing to build a marriage on." She switched to anger. Started yelling about how I trapped her, how she gave up her independence to be with me, how her daughter needed support through college. I pulled up my records. "Your daughter's enrolled part-time at community college, 6 credits this semester. Her tuition is $890 total. I've been sending her $800 monthly plus paying tuition. Where's that money going?" Silence. Then, "She has expenses." "What expenses?" "I pay her phone bill, car insurance, gas card. What else could she possibly need $800 a month for?" More silence. She stormed out. Day 2. The daughter tried her hand at manipulation. Came to my office door crying. "I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean it. I was stressed about finals and I took it out on you. You don't have finals, you're taking 2 classes. I checked with the college. Her face changed instantly. The tears stopped. You contacted my school? That's a violation of my privacy. I pay the bills. I'm allowed to verify enrollment. Turns out you've been part-time for 3 semesters, while I've been paying for full-time. College is hard. I needed to ease in. That's fine, but you lied about it, and you've been pocketing the difference in the tuition money I've been sending you. She didn't even deny it, just said, "So what? You have plenty of money." I told her she had until the end of the month to find somewhere else to live. Day 3. My fiancé tried a different approach. Showed up in lingerie, tried to seduce me. When that didn't work, she tried to negotiate. What if we go to counseling? Work through this together. There's nothing to work through. You both showed me who you are. But the wedding is in 8 months. We've sent deposits. I'll eat those costs. Better than a lifetime of being someone's ATM. She started crying again, real tears this time. Where am I supposed to go? I can't afford an apartment on $800 a month. That's not my problem anymore. You have until the end of next month. Your daughter has until the end of this month. Day 4. The daughter's real personality emerged. She started stealing food from the kitchen, not eating it, just taking entire packages and throwing them in her room. Broke a picture frame, accidentally. Left passive-aggressive notes everywhere. Thanks for ruining my life on the bathroom mirror and lipstick. Real mature stuff. I installed a lock on my bedroom door and another on my office. Day 5 today. My fiancé's sister called. Started the conversation with, "What the hell is wrong with you?" I let her rant for a minute, then said, "Did your sister tell you what happened?" She said you're kicking them out over a misunderstanding. I explained the whole situation. The wallet comment, the smirk, the lying about college, the entitlement. Her sister paused. Then, "Okay, that's bad, but you're really gonna throw away 4 years over this?" I'm not throwing anything away. They showed me the relationship was transactional. They literally called me a wallet. I'm just accepting reality. You're being vindictive. My sister gave up her prime years for you. Your sister worked part-time by choice and lived rent-free in my house while I paid for everything. She gave up nothing. She hung up on me. But here's where it gets interesting. I got a call from my fiancé's ex-husband yesterday. He asked if we could meet for coffee. We met this morning. He's remarried, seems like a normal guy. We talked for 2 hours. Turns out, this is a pattern. His exact words, "She did the same thing to me. Sweet at first, then entitled." Her daughter learned it from her. By the end of our marriage, I was just a paycheck. I'm glad you figured it out before you married her. He told me his daughter, her daughter, his stepdaughter from his ex's first marriage, has pulled this with multiple people, burned through 3 different father figures with the same routine. Get comfortable, get entitled, blow up when they get called out. I asked if he had any advice. He said, "Document everything. She's gonna try to take you for whatever she can, and she'll turn you into the villain to everyone who'll listen." He was right. My phone's been blowing up with calls from her friends, her other family members, all calling me cruel, heartless, financially abusive. I've been forwarding them screenshots of the daughter's Venmo history, which I have access to as the account holder since I set it up for her. $200 here for bottle service, $150 there for spa day, $300 for shopping with the girls. Meanwhile, she told everyone I refused to pay for her education. The narrative is collapsing for them. But they're not going down quietly. My fiancé tried to use the house key this morning. I'd changed the locks yesterday. Came home to find her sitting on the porch, suitcase next to her, crying to someone on the phone about how I locked her out of her home. I opened the door. "It's my home. Your name isn't on anything, but you're welcome to get your things, with a police escort if necessary." She looked up at me with pure hatred. "You're going to regret this." I already regret wasting 4 years. The rest is just damage control. Still have to get them fully moved out. Still have to deal with the wedding cancellations. Still have to untangle our lives completely, but I'm sleeping better than I have in months. Even in the chaos, there's this sense of relief, like I've been holding my breath for years and finally exhaled. More updates coming as this train wreck continues. Update 2. 3 weeks later. The level of entitlement and dirty tricks has officially entered delusional territory. So after I changed the locks, my fiancée got a lawyer. Not a divorce lawyer, we're not married, but some guy she found who sent me a letter demanding equitable distribution of shared assets and claiming she had implied tenancy rights. My attorney laughed when she read it. This is barely coherent. She has no claim to your house, your assets, or anything else. At best, she can argue for the return of her personal belongings. But the letter demanded 1. $50,000 for pain and suffering. 2. $30,000 for wedding expenses she incurred. She incurred 0, I paid for everything. 3. Continued residence in my home for 6 months to find suitable housing. 4. Her car, which is in my name that I pay for. My attorney sent back a response that basically said, "No, come get your stuff." That's when the real game started. The daughter's campaign. She started a whole thing on social media about financial abuse and narcissistic stepparents. Never mentioned my name, but posted our house, my car, enough details that people could figure it out. Her comments were flooded with support. "You deserve better. He's toxic." The usual internet outrage. What she didn't expect. I have receipts. Every Venmo payment, every tuition statement showing part-time enrollment, every credit card statement showing the school supplies were actually clothes and bar tabs. I didn't post them publicly, but I did send them to 3 of her friends who'd been particularly nasty in my DMs. Haven't heard from them since. The property situation. My fiancé refused to move out. Just refused. Said I'd have to evict her legally, and that would take months. My attorney filed for a restraining order based on her increasingly erratic behavior, which I'll get to. Got a temporary order. She had 72 hours to collect her belongings and leave. She showed up with a moving truck and her sister. They tried to take everything. The TV, the couch, the dining table, appliances. Her sister literally unplugged my microwave and started carrying it out. I had a police officer there supervising, per my attorney's advice. He stopped them. Only her personal belongings, ladies. My fiancé started screaming, "I lived here. I decorated. This is half mine." The officer looked at the paperwork. "Ma'am, the house is in his name only. You have no legal claim to his property. This is robbery. He's stealing from me." The officer was losing patience. "Ma'am, calm down or I'll have to ask you to leave immediately." They took her clothes, some furniture from her bedroom that I'd agreed she could have, and personal items. The whole time, she was sobbing and wailing about everything she sacrificed. Her daughter showed up near the end. Took one look at the situation and said to me, "You know what? I hope you die alone." I didn't react. Just watched her take her stuff and leave. The financial discovery. Here's where it got interesting. After they left, I did a deep dive on the finances. Found some things that made my blood boil. Remember those monthly allowances? My fiancé had been pulling cash advances on the supplementary card before I canceled it. $5,000 total over 6 months. Just cash. No paper trail of what she spent it on. The daughter had been using her card to buy gift cards at grocery stores, then reselling them online for cash. Probably $3,000 worth. Together, they'd been running a side hustle on my dime. I documented everything and sent it to my attorney. She said, "This is fraud. You could press charges." I'm considering it. The dirty tricks intensified. My fiancé started calling my employer, left messages with HR claiming I was unstable and needed help. Tried to say I'd threatened her. HR called me in. I brought my attorney, who presented the timeline, the canceled engagement, the eviction, the restraining order, plus recordings. Legal in my state with one-party consent of some of my fiancé's more unhinged voicemails. HR cleared me immediately and flagged her number. She tried calling my mother next, told her I'd abandoned her and her daughter, that I'd promised to take care of them and was now ruining their lives. My mother, bless her, said, "My son doesn't owe you anything. You should have thought about that before treating him like an ATM." Then hung up. The daughter's escalation. She tried to file a police report claiming I'd stolen her car. The car that's registered in my name, that I make payments on, that I insure. The police called me. I explained the situation, sent them the registration and insurance documents. They called her back and told her it's not her car. She apparently screamed at them about unfair laws and deadbeat stepparents. She also tried to break into the house one night. My new security cameras caught her trying windows and doors at 2 a.m. Filed a police report. They issued her a warning. The financial retaliation: I canceled the car insurance on her Honda. Reported it to the finance company that I'd no longer be making payments and they should repossess it. They got it within a week. She posted about it online. My stepdad stole my car. Multiple people commented pointing out it was never her car legally. She deleted the post. The ex-husband's warning. My fiancé's ex-husband called me again. Hey, heads up, she's probably gonna claim you got her pregnant or gave her an STD or something. It's what she threatened me with when I filed for divorce. We haven't been intimate in 2 months, I said. Doesn't matter. She'll claim it anyway if she thinks it'll get her money. Just be ready. Sure enough, 3 days later I got a text from her. I need to talk to you about my health. There are consequences to what you've done. I didn't respond, forwarded it to my attorney. My response: I'm not playing their games. Every threat, every lie, every manipulation attempt goes to my attorney. I document everything. I don't engage directly. I did, however, take one action that felt good. I sold the engagement ring. Got $8,000 for it, almost what I paid. Put that money toward my legal fees. Also finally canceled the wedding venue and vendors. Lost about $12,000 in deposits. It stung, but it's cheaper than a divorce would have been. Started seeing a therapist, not because I'm traumatized, but because I wanted to understand how I missed the red flags for so long. She's been helpful. Where we stand now, my fiancée is living with her sister in a 2-bedroom apartment. The daughter is apparently couch surfing with friends. Neither one has contacted me, except through attorneys. My attorney sent a final letter demanding they cease all contact, all social media posts about me, and all attempts to contact my employer or family. Threatened harassment charges if they continue. It's been quiet for 3 days, suspiciously quiet. My attorney says that's usually when they're planning something. So I wait. The house feels empty but peaceful. I've been redecorating slowly, donated the furniture she picked out, bought new stuff, making it mine again. Friends ask if I'm okay. Honestly, I'm furious at myself for wasting 4 years, but I'm also relieved. This could have been my entire life. Final update: 2 months later. It's over. Well, as over as these things get. The legal finale. My attorney sent the cease and desist letter, and for a while it was quiet. Too quiet. Turns out they were trying one last play. My ex-fiancée filed a claim in civil court for unjust enrichment, claiming she'd provided domestic services worth $80,000 over 4 years and deserved compensation. Her attorney argued she'd been a homemaker who sacrificed her career to support me and should be compensated for her labor. My attorney tore it apart. Presented evidence that she worked part-time by choice, not because I asked her to quit. I paid for all household expenses, her car, insurance, phone, everything. She received one $1,500 monthly allowance for 4 years, $72,000 total. Her domestic services consisted of occasionally cooking dinner and decorating. The judge was not impressed, dismissed the case, ordered her to pay my legal fees, $4,500. She stormed out of the courtroom yelling about corrupt judges and male privilege. Outside, her attorney literally quit. Told her he couldn't represent someone who wouldn't accept reality. The daughter's downfall. Without my financial support, reality hit her hard. She dropped out of community college completely. Couldn't afford even the part-time tuition. Lost her job at a retail store after 2 weeks because, according to a mutual acquaintance, she spent more time on her phone than working. Her friend group distanced themselves after she tried to borrow money from multiple people and never paid anyone back. Last I heard through the grapevine, she's working fast food and still living with various friends, burning bridges everywhere she goes. The pattern her stepfather warned me about? It's playing out exactly as he predicted. She'll find another mark eventually. There's always someone. My ex-fiancé's reality check. After the court loss, she couldn't pay my legal fees. My attorney put a lien on her car, the one in her name that she'd owned before we met. She had to sell it to pay the judgment. Now she's taking the bus. Her sister, who'd been letting her stay rent-free, finally gave her a deadline. Apparently, my ex-fiancé had been just as entitled there. Not contributing to groceries, leaving messes, expecting her sister to chauffeur her around. Her sister posted on social media. I saw via a mutual friend. Sometimes you learn family isn't who you thought they were. Setting boundaries isn't cruel, it's necessary. My ex-fiancée is apparently now renting a room in a house with 4 other people. She has to work full-time at a medical billing company. The irony isn't lost on me. She's finally experiencing what she criticized me for not giving her more of. Reality. The social fallout. Some of her friends still think I'm the villain. I don't care anymore. The people who matter, my actual friends, my family, they all saw through the manipulation. My mother told me she'd never really liked my ex-fiancé. She had empty eyes, like she was always calculating. Wish she'd said something earlier, but I get it. You can't tell people who don't want to hear it. Lost a few couple friends in the split. They chose her side. That's fine, showed me they weren't real friends anyway. The expensive lessons, final tally of what this relationship cost me. $72,000 in allowances to my ex over 4 years. $38,000 plus to her daughter. Allowances, tuition, car purchase. $12,000 in lost wedding deposits. $8,500 in legal fees after recovering $4,500. Countless other expenses I didn't track. Nearly $130,000 over 4 years. For what? To be called a wallet? But here's the thing. I learned something about myself. I'd been trying to buy love. Not consciously, but that's what it was. I thought being generous made me valuable. My therapist helped me see that. Real relationships aren't transactional. The right person won't love you more because you spend more money on them. Where I am now. The house is completely mine now. Redecorated, reorganized. It feels good. Sold some of the furniture she'd picked out and donated the money to a financial literacy nonprofit. Felt right. I'm not dating yet, not ready, but I'm okay with that. Learning to be comfortable alone is important. Work is good. Got a promotion actually. Without the constant drama and financial drain, I could focus better. Started being more careful with money, not cheap, just conscious. Hired a financial planner to help me make better decisions. My relationship with my mother improved. We talk more now. She's been surprisingly wise through all this. As for my ex-fiancée and her daughter, I blocked them everywhere. Don't know what they're doing now. Don't care. They're not my problem anymore. The ex-husband's vindication. I had coffee with my ex-fiancée's ex-husband one last time. Thanked him for the warning. He said, "I'm just glad you got out. I was in for 10 years before I saw the light. You only lost 4. He was right. Could have been so much worse." The final message. About 3 weeks ago, I got a letter in the mail. Handwritten, from my ex-fiancée. It was long, rambling. Started with, "I know you probably hate me," and went on for 3 pages. The gist? She was sorry. She understood why I reacted the way I did. She'd been wrong. Her daughter had been wrong. They'd taken advantage. She'd been scared of being alone and had used me. She was working on herself, going to therapy, learning to be independent. Ended with, "I don't expect forgiveness. I just wanted you to know I understand now." I read it twice, then put it in a folder with all the other documentation from this mess. Didn't respond. What would I even say? Thanks for apologizing after costing me $130,000 in 4 years. Some things you can't fix with an apology. Maybe she has learned. Maybe therapy's helping her. Maybe she'll be better in her next relationship. But that's not my concern anymore. The real ending. There's no dramatic conclusion here. No perfect revenge. No moment where they realized what they'd lost. They lost a meal ticket. That's all I was to them. And they're managing without me the same way millions of people manage, by working and budging and living within their means. I lost $130,000 in 4 years. But I learned what I'm worth. And it's not measured in dollars. The engagement ring money went to legal fees. The wedding deposits are gone. Some furniture got donated. Life moved on. I'm 46 years old, single, living in a nice house, doing okay. It's not the life I planned, but it's honest. No one's using me. No one's taking advantage. No one's calling me a wallet. And you know what? That's enough. Could this have turned out differently? Sure. If they'd apologized immediately. If they'd shown genuine remorse instead of escalating entitlement. If they'd recognized what they had before they blew it up. But they didn't. And I'm done caring about what could have been. Moving forward is the only direction that matters now. To anyone reading this in a similar situation, trust your gut. When someone shows you they see you as an ATM, believe them the first time. It won't get better. They won't change. You're not being mean by setting boundaries. You're being sane. The wallet is closed permanently. And I'm better for it. That's all, folks. Time to actually move on instead of just talking about it.